Alrighty then. If you were watching the replay and want to fast forward, I just rolled, and want to fast forward to the actual beginning of the show, go ahead and fast forward to 90 seconds. I will begin in earnest then, which is now only 70 seconds away. What is up, Crispy? What's going on? It's opening. Well, it's not opening night, but I mean it's the start of the preseason. I'll take it. I will take that. So, Mike, what's going on? I need help doing my auditing homework. Ugh. Here, I'm gonna make this a little bit brighter. I don't know if I can help. Whoa. We there? Okay, cool. I don't know if we can. I can help with that, but the game will not be on Fox Sports Arizona. I know that you can find it on Suns.com/now. Who am I most excited for? Oh, I'm most excited for Ayton. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm stoked for Bridges. I'm stoked for Igor. Like, I'm really excited. Josh Jackson. I'm really excited to see what Josh Jackson can do. I'm stoked. But no, I'm most excited for Ayton. Because if Ayton is, Shaq 2.0, and we already have Kobe, and now if Josh Jackson, Suns.com is only for people in the Valley, but I've been seeing a bunch of places. Reddit is a good place too. Suns.com/now. So that's how I'll be streaming it because I live close enough. But we are 90 seconds in, so welcome to Valley of the Suns Live, the weekly edition. My name is Adam Maines. I'm your host. I'm your site editor. I am your friend of the Sun, and welcome to the opening night of preseason. We can finally watch DeAndre Ayton play some real basketball. He's not going to play very hard, but he's going to play, and I'm stoked about that. So I can't wait to start seeing. Stop slandering Bookie by comparing him to Kobe. Booker is so much better. Boy, do I hope so. If Booker is better than Kobe Bryant, the Phoenix Suns will not just win 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. He's going to pass Kobe's 5. Which, by the way, go ahead and please retweet. What do you want to talk about? I mean, it is opening night. Who am I most excited for? I'm 100% excited to see DeAndre Ayton. Shout out Suns for not caring about us East Coast people. Okay, they do this every year. The preseason games are only broadcast locally, streamed on their website. I don't know why. And I remember last year, I tried watching one of them on my phone, and it wouldn't let me do it. And I live in the Valley, but it would work on my iPad. So I don't know why they do it that way. You can find it streaming online. I've watched every preseason game for the last 5 years. Am I going to be disappointed if Ayton plays something? Well, I'd be disappointed if Ayton does something. I need to see that one more time. I will not be during the preseason. I don't think anything could disappoint me short of an injury. Ayton can average 6 points and 2 boards, and I'm going to be like, all right, but it didn't count. It was a glorified workout. So really, I don't know how I could be disappointed during preseason. Hopefully they don't prove me wrong, but what happened? They've been working way too hard with him. What happened? They've been working. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. So I'm really stoked to see precisely what has improved. I mean, I'm sure all of us, like myself, watched every summer league game, and I saw he played. It's like, all right, now he's going to be playing with some legit talent against legit talent. So I want to see him catch a ball in the post, in the correct spot. So if you're local, you can watch the game on NBA.com or on Suns.com/now. I'm excited to see what he's learning on defense. I'm excited about defense. I'm excited about our offense. I haven't seen. My presumption is that it's going to be Isaiah Cannon or Shaq Harrison, but that's just a guess because I honestly have not seen. So it's going to be one of those two. My guess would be Cannon. I know that some of the writers, we were talking about this the other night. I think that Cannon should be, if healthy, the primary backup until they make a trade. So that's my opinion. But Shaq hasn't looked bad at all. I'm expecting a lockdown performance from Ron Anderson. Oh yeah, lockdown. Predictions, okay, I'll give you that. Ayton plays less than 10 minutes. No, Ayton will probably play 20. Isaiah Cannon is out. Okay, well, there you go. I didn't see that. So my guess, that will be Shaq Harrison, but that's just a guess. Don't get too excited. It's not NBA competition. Well, I mean, it's the Kings. So, I mean, that's kind of the thing. You've got number 1 versus number 2. You've got 2 bros. You've got 2 Arizona guys. I'm excited. That's something else. So what am I excited to see? I'm also excited to see Marvin Bagley III. I'm pulling for him as a local guy, and I have nothing against him. But I certainly hope that everything he does, DeAndre Ayton does better. Predictions for DeAndre. Okay, so predictions for DeAndre Ayton and Mikal Bridges. I'm going to say they each play about 20 minutes again, which is, really that's nothing. It's 5 minutes per quarter, kind of on average, obviously. welcome to fourth grade math. But I would guess that they'll play about 20 minutes. I'll bet, Ayton scores 10, 12 points, grabs 6 boards. I'll bet, Mikal Bridges. I want to see Mikal Bridges take 2 or 3 threes. Who is that? What's up, Steve? What's going on, brother? I want to see Mikal Bridges take 2 or 3 threes. I want to see him make a couple as well. Bridges, yo, Mr. Rich, what is up? All the way from, I never remember. Melbourne, right? You're No. I think I said that once, and you were like, no, not Melbourne. Commie. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm a capitalist. But what about my first half? My prediction for the first half? I just, again, I just don't want to see any injuries. Who do I think will have the biggest performance tonight? No, I believe the Aussie team is the next game. It's Sacramento tonight. In fact, the Aussie team is in 2 days. It's the third, if I recall correctly. Yes, when I said the second time. Predictions for the first half. I'll say that neither team scores 50 points. I'll bet that. Neither team scores 50 points in the first half. I'll say 47 to 43. Let's see. We'll see. I'm guessing it's still 2 young teams, and the Suns do have, obviously, more veterans, but we'll see. Thursday here, Wednesday for you guys. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's Tuesday for you guys, isn't it? Looking forward to seeing how well they play on defense. I hope it's better. I want to see so many things better. I want to see the defense being better. I want to see a couple turnovers. I want to see, Ariza. I wonder if Ariza will be on Bagley. I want to see Ariza, hold his own against Bagley. But I want to say this. I want to see that offense moving. I want to see passing. I want to see moving. I want to see high velocity. I don't know who's going to have the highest velocity. I wouldn't know how to calculate that. Shaq could have 3 steals. Yeah, I can't wait to see how Reason Anderson. I really can't wait to see how Reason Anderson. But I want to see how many threes they take. Because I'll put it to this perspective. If they allow 107 points per game this year, which would be a 6-game, 7 o'clock, which would be a 6-point a game improvement over last year, I want to see them averaging 110. Just score. Just go score points. In the end, yes, defense, wins championships, to quote Dennis Rodman. But yeah, 7 o'clock tonight. I will take us up to 7 o'clock. But I know I wish Booker were playing. But at the same time, if they're taking 30 to 35 threes a game, which might be over, kind of extending my perspective, but if they're taking between 30 and 35 threes a game, they're making 10 to 12. That means the offense is spread. That means they're taking a lot of outside shots. Then that means that those dump off passes to Ayton are going to be there. Oh, nice! You're going to go to the game. That's fantastic. I wish I could go. I've got my 4-year-old. I can't do that, but all right. My starting 5. This is a prediction, just because I don't know. Without Booker there and now without Cannon, I'm going to guess it's going to be Shaq Harrison at the point. I'm going to guess then it's going to be Troy Daniels at 2. I'm going to guess then it's Josh. You know what? I want to see a person. Want to see. So so let's say Shaq, Josh Jackson, T.J. Warren, Trevor Ariza, DeAndre Ayton. That would be my thought. But I could still also see T.J. Warren starting and Josh Jackson come on the bench and then having Troy Daniels start. Just because it's going to be a live stream, suns.com/now. Just because Devin Booker isn't playing, so I think you kind of might as well just start with like a traditional lineup, have a point guard in there. And then you'll play Troy Daniels at the 2, have a traditional 2. They're going to have T.J. Warren start, and because it's preseason, you don't need him to play 40 minutes anyway. Then you could definitely still have Josh Jackson come off the bench. Oh, shoot, I covered up. Oh, hold on. I heard no one is broadcasting the game as Arizona Sports Radio. Sorry, I just realized I covered up my comments on YouTube. So, no, Arizona Sports has it, but then suns.com/now. This is for YouTube. Suns.com/now, and then a lot of people are saying Reddit, that you can find it on Reddit. I'm not very Reddit efficient, so I've never found a game on Reddit, but I've found streams in other places. Start Bridges at the 2. My assumption. Okay, is it on League Pass also? My assumption is that Bridges wouldn't start over Troy Daniels, but I mean, again, we're preseason. I've heard nothing, so I'm really interested to see, and that's something I definitely want to write about. I can't watch on Suns.com because it's not available on location. No, not if you're in town. Yeah, there's Reddit again. So the way I do it, I don't know if I'm breaking any rules here, but I just search. I just search Phoenix Suns, versus Sacramento Kings, and there's always a link. There's a link somewhere. Again, I don't know if it's on League Pass. If it's League Pass, then I'm assuming that they're just going to stream the Suns broadcast, which is just like a local broadcast. Live outside Phoenix, anywhere I have to link a stream. I don't have a link to a stream. I live in Fort Worth, yeah. So your best bet is going to be to look it up, to just start kind of Googling. And I hear Reddit is the way to do it. I don't know. Again, I'm Reddit illiterate. I'm not very good at that. Anyway, we are 10 minutes in. Go ahead and please heart, please like, please retweet. Yeah, I would say that Shaq should start. That would be my perspective. I would think that Shaq should start. I think in my opinion. So here's something. Your 4 traditional point guard depth chart, in my opinion, would be Isaiah Cannon, and then Shaq, and then Elie Okobo, and then DeAnthony Melton. That would be my order. So from there, in my opinion, if Isaiah Cannon is out, then I would think that you would start Shaq. And with Shaq, you kind of want some scoring from the 2, so that's why I think you put in Troy Daniels. Could you put in Mikal Bridges? Sure, but I don't know. I mean, I think you still just play the veteran. I think you give the veteran the minutes, especially a guy who's going to shoot 40% from 3. And then from there, it's like, okay, can you start Josh Jackson over TJ Warren? If that is the plan this year, which we might find out pretty quickly, then start Josh Jackson over TJ Warren and get TJ Warren used to coming up off the bench. But you could also, if this training camp starting lineup is Shaq, JJ, Ariza, Anderson, and Ayton. You saw that? Have the Suns tweeted that out? So that is interesting that they're starting Ariza. But if what you're seeing is correct, that is interesting that they're starting Ariza, and B, excuse me, not Ariza, Anderson, and B, that they are. Okay, so I'm just looking at the Suns Twitter. I'm not seeing that. They usually will tweet the starting lineups with their. Oh, you're predicting it. Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm sorry. I don't, because the Suns usually tweet it, and I usually will get a notification on my phone while I'm streaming too, that they'll I forget who is their sponsor. In fact, I don't even know if they've changed their sponsor for this year, but I see if they, again, I am hoping to see TJ Warren come off the bench. I'm hoping that he becomes a 6th man kind of guy. He's a point a minute guy. He's a lightning bolt scorer. So I love the idea of him coming off the bench in that manner. So if you're starting JJ, then I think, unless you're starting JJ and Warren next to each other, then I think you bring Warren off the bench, and that's when you start Troy Daniels. That said, thank God there will be continuity. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for a whole bunch of things with Igor Kokoskov. Excuse me, I don't know what name was coming out of my mouth right there. But I did really like Jay Triano. I would have been just fine if they had kept Jay Triano. I cannot wait to see Yora's offense. But to that point, if they end up starting Devin Booker at point guard, or again, at least in a non-traditional sense, then I would not be shocked at that point to see Josh Jackson and TJ Warren both starting. And then having a tall scoring lineup and seeing if you can just outscore teams and build up enough of a lead that when you bring in the bench, you can kind of withhold the opponent's bench's run. So JJ and TJ at 3 and 4. If you're doing that, I would flip it. I would put TJ and Warren at the 3 and Josh Jackson at the 4 just based on defense. But then where is Ariza going? I think you're still starting Ariza no matter what. McDonough said TJ Warren can shoot a 3 now and tweeted out a shot as well. Yeah, okay. That is something else I definitely want to see. TJ Warren has to become a good 3-point shooter. He has to add that to his game, because if he doesn't, it's not going to ruin his career. And he's certainly now making plenty of money to go, I'm good. I'll just earn $8 million a year the rest of my life, for the next decade. And the rest of us are going, I would do that. But if he adds that 3-pointer, it just makes him that much more effective and makes him that much more valuable. And if he wants to stay here, he adds that 3. If he wants to get traded, he adds that 3. It's the same thing it says every year. Maybe. But it might take me a moment to get these stats up. But last year, he shot 22% from beyond the arc. He shot 22%. I mean, that is just... And it wasn't like he shot 53s. He shot 22.2%, which is a career low. Only 4 years, but... Or is one year rental. Because they're trying to win. Yeah, you're a little late, brother, but we're still going. I'm going to take us up to 7 o'clock, right about tip-off. You're still trying to win. Yeah, even if that's not 50 games, even if that is 35 games, 35 is still a 14 game improvement over last year. So you want Ariza to show him how to win. Okay, so he only attempted 93s last year. It's actually, I would have predicted 120 to 150, so it was less than I thought. But he attempted 90, which is about 1.5 a game, 1.4, and he made 22%. I mean, he only made 23 pointers on this season. He hasn't even made 100 for his career. You don't pay Booker big money to lose. And another solid point. You don't. You're playing Ariza because you want to win. So, and I want that. I mean, they're probably going to still have a what is his name? They're probably going to still have, or not his name, but they're going to probably have a high lottery pick no matter what. They're probably still going to pick top 8. You kind of hope that they pick 14th or 15th, I think is the last number. No, 14th. You kind of hope that they pick 14th just because that means they've taken a huge stride. And I talked about this early in the summer that like I would take 14th and then I'm thinking Ariza guards him. I would take 14th and then just cross fingers and pull a 1993 Orlando Magic and win the lottery. And that's when they got Penny, which they drafted Orlando. That has drafted Chris. I can't think of his last name. Chris Webber, and then traded Webber for Penny and like 5 picks or something. I mean, they got a huge haul. I wonder if I can pull that up real quick. But that's the thing. Like if I'm the Suns, that's what try to win. Don't draft 13. Well, I don't want them to draft that low. But the point though is that it would be okay if they drafted that low this year because the team is already so young. That means there's growth. That means next year, one good veteran free agent signing, one spectacular trade, and this team is winning 50-plus games next year. Official starters is Harrison. Jackson, Ariza. Oops. So it looks like Harrison, Jackson, Ariza. Where'd it go? Oh, I just saw it. Did anybody see that? Harrison, Jackson, Ariza. Oh, come on. Here we go. Where'd it go? Can somebody see that? I just got a tweet. Oh, Harrison, Jackson, Ariza, Anderson, and Ayton, according to Colin Olsen. Okay, so again, I'm actually surprised that Anderson is in there. But that means they're really running Ariza at the small forward position. So Jackson, that means Warren is coming off the bench. I'm curious what the reason is for that specifically. Do you want Warren to be coming off the bench for spacing? But here's the thing, though. If Warren has added that 3-pointer, as they say he is, then I could see him. Okay, so it's 96, 98, 2000. Okay, so it's 3 first. Thank you. So if Warren has added that 3-pointer, then he can still stretch that floor. If Anderson is starting, then I question if Warren really has. If Anderson is starting on your team, guaranteed don't make the playoffs. Well, they made the playoffs last year. He was a starter. Hold on. He was a starter for, I think he didn't start 5 games. 16. So he started 50 games last year. And how many did they win? 67? He started 72 games the year before. So I'm not saying he's anything good. I would have taken Ryan Anderson 5 years ago. In fact, I wanted the Suns to get him 5 years ago. When he was with New Orleans and he was suddenly draining 40% from 3 and scoring 20 points a game, I was like, I'll take him. He can make 3 better, but stretch the floor constantly. Not stretch the floor constantly. Not too into the lineup, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so again, I'm a little interested with Anderson starting at the 4. And again, I've been thinking that Ariza can play the 4 as well. So I still wonder, does that mean Warren is totally coming off the bench from now on, which is what I've wanted. But at the same time, does this change when Devin Booker gets back? When Devin Booker gets back, obviously Shaq Harrison's coming off the bench, so I was right about that. When Booker gets back, then do you change the lineup at all to, at that point, let's say you have Devin Booker and then you have Jackson, Ariza, Anderson, and Ayton. I mean, like, all 5 they can just hang around the arc and shoot 3s. Booker and Jackson will be our point guards on the starting lineup. Yeah, I don't know about Jackson per se, but yeah, I know what you mean. To me, Bridge has got to start, guys, a major piece of what you're going to do if we want to take that next step. They're not. They didn't win 55 games like last year and are now trying to win a title. They won 21. He's okay progressing. He's under contract for 4 years. And again, it's his preseason game number one. If he shines, like a sun, and in the preseason and the early games, the regular season, they'll move him to the starting lineup. If he's training 43% of his threes, hell, 37% of his threes, and just looking fantastic, he'll move to the starting lineup. I'm sure Igor will find a way to get him in there because, again, they're going to want to take as many leads as they possibly can and hold those leads. Get as leads wide as they can and then just say, okay, second unit, just don't blow it. There we go. The Suns have officially tweeted their starting lineup, which we already have, but I figured, what the hell? I'll just... Oh, I can't pull it up, so... We're getting a playoff 6-8 seed. Mark my words. Book will take us over the top. Boy, oh boy, would I be okay with that. We are 20 minutes in, so go ahead and please like, please retweet. Yeah, boy, if the Suns made the playoffs this year, that would be spectacular. It's a 6 seed, too. Thoughts on Anderson's defense? So, he sucks, but, does it mean that he isn't going to try? No, he's going to try, and I'm okay with that. I mean, it's the same with Steve Nash. Well, Steve Nash, but he worked his butt off. So just give it to me. Give me that effort and then just organize defense around him. Who do you think will be the most shocking player tonight? Well, I'm going to be shocked if Ryan Anderson... I'll say Ryan Anderson will be the most shocking. I'll say he drains 5 threes and finishes with like 20 points, and we're like, what? And it won't matter. Won't matter. Who might also be the most shocking? I would love to see Mikal Bridges go out there and come off the bench and do well. I would love to see Warren come off the bench and do really well. I'd love to see Shaq Harrison get like 5 steals. Trust me, a month from now, you're going to think Ryan Anderson is horrible. I don't. Again, I'm not... They got Ryan Anderson and was like, well, okay, at least we got rid of, Marquise Morris. That was it, so I'm not too overly worried about it. I want to face Utah in the playoffs. Oh, gosh, I'm telling you, that would be awesome. The Suns faced Davin Reed coming up the bench again. Now, if Davin Reed's three-point shot has come back, that would be spectacular. I mean, again, he shot 40-plus in college, at least his junior year and last year. Did I say Marquise Morris? Boy, I swear to you, I've probably done it 1,000 times this summer. Marquise Chris, or Markieff Chris. I don't know who they are. They're one and the same in my mind. But anyway, no, there's plenty of guys. But yeah, Gobert versus Ayton. I mean, I would love to face Utah and then could you imagine, let's say the Suns are a 6 seed, Utah's a 3 seed. They get it, and the Suns get to the semifinals. Imagine, I mean, for starters, if they manage to be the 6 seed, okay, so if they become a 6 seed, it's because 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are so close that the difference between 6 and 10 is 2 games, and the Suns, by tiebreaker, managed to be 6th. Then if they get Utah, we'll have to see. And obviously Mitchell versus Booker is going to be the top of the headline. What do they call? What are those? The old marquee, the marquee headers or headline, or I forget what those are called. But anyway, if they were 6th and they ended up facing Utah 3rd, I'll have to see like how they do during the regular season. We have at least 3 games against each other. So I mean, if it's a close series, I could then see the Suns pull out a 7-game series. If they made it that far, if they made it to the 6th seed and they say they, split Utah or even lost the series 1-2 during the regular season, okay, we can teach them French trash talk. Oh man, that would be hysterical. That would be a series I could see the Suns potentially pulling off, and then it's a semifinal blowout loss to Houston or Golden State. But boy, that'd be really fun. They're bringing that up. There is a path to the Phoenix Suns making the Western Conference semifinals this year. They just got to get in, and they got to somehow become the 6th seed, and then just build from there. Just got to build from there, and let's see. I say Igor Kokoskov said before the game that Cannon won't play because of a minor thumb injury. Could the Suns upset the Lakers if they made the playoffs? Probably not, just because of LeBron. Now if LeBron is hurt or if Ball is hurt, I'm trying to think if anybody else on that roster really scares me. None of the veterans they brought in, Rajon Rondo, I mean, none of those guys. We are so close to being a super team, brother. So close. I really don't see it just because of LeBron. That said, again, if somebody is hurt over there and it's just the Suns against an 80% or 70% Lakers team, yeah, I mean, it'd be possible because the Lakers they're not going to be great. I've seen a lot of people predict that they won't even be a 50-win team. That they could be a never hurt, yeah. That they could be a 45 to 48 win team. Suns game, YouTube is not on TV. It is on NBA.com/now. Excuse me, Suns.com/now. Although a lot of people have been saying Reddit. There's apparently a Reddit stream. I'm not a Reddit enthusiast, but I've been told Reddit all night, so I would check there. But if you're local, Suns.com/now. Not going to the game now, stuck in traffic. Oh, that sucks. Well, you still got 30 minutes. How far are you at? Are you watching this while driving? I'm not sure that I can approve of that, although that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I had somebody, NBA streams on Reddit. I have looked before. I think it was last preseason. That is just, dude, drive safe. If you get in an accident and you're like, I was watching Belly of the Suns, I don't want that on some sort of... I don't want that on any documentation. Watching from Montreal, you're the man. That's awesome. Hands-free device, sweet. That's really cool. You can only watch the Suns game on mobile if you're 75 miles from Phoenix and I'm in LA. Well, again, so then I'm being Reddit. Apparently there's a Reddit. Someone on YouTube. Hold on. Brochacho, I watch and drive all the time from Periscope. Sup, Joe? That's awesome. Well, you know what? I do not approve, but there's nothing I can do about it. Just going to say that. There's nothing I can do about it. We're 25 minutes in, so please go ahead and heart, please like, please retweet, if you don't mind. I'm getting ready for this game. You're using a VPN, nice. Don't fall. There you go. Okay. So I'm just stoked. I want to see Ayton do well. Although, again, I won't be upset if he averages, if he's 6-4. I appreciate it, Zappy. I'm growing it out. It's not quite. It's time for a trim, but it's not quite where I want it to be. I want to see Ayton. I don't care if he finishes, 6 points, 4 boards. I just want to see him do well, just not get hurt. I want to see Mikal Bridges get in the game. I want to see TJ Warren come off the bench. I want to make sure that he comes in and is like, I'm accepting it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna live tweet the game. Don't worry. You're gonna get my thoughts, my opinions, and any random facts that I can pull up. My traditional live tweet. I want to see him again. I want to see TJ Warren get a game off the bench. I want to see him play hard. I want to see him, just show that, hey, this is the role. I'm willing to accept this role. I want to see Shaq Harrison play well. I want to see Okobo. I'm presuming he'll be the backup again. My assumption is that the depth chart is Cannon, Shaq, Okobo, and Melton. So I'd love to see Melton as well, but I'm really more interested in Okobo. I'm calling Ayton with 3 to 5 blocks. Igor's molding him like Gobert. I want him to score more than Gobert. Missed this. Oh, yeah. I am so excited to have the Suns back. Suns Twitter is great. It is great. Everybody avoid Cactus and 7th Street. Okay. I am nowhere near there, but that is good to know. I'll be walking 10 feet to watch this game. Shaq, JJ Reza, Ryan Ayton. Yep. That is the lineup. And so that's the thing. So I'm interested to know, I'm interested to see Ryan Anderson in that lineup with TJ Warren come off the bench. I'm excited about that. I just don't want to see it get blown out before 8 points again this season. I don't think it'll happen. I really don't think it happens even once. I don't think the Suns get blown out even once. I think, and the key, in my opinion, is the offense. One of the problems the Suns had last year was they were not a fast break team. They didn't create turnovers. Creating turnovers doesn't necessarily mean they're a great defensive team. But that said, if they score more, and they're also a horrible shooting team, if they score more efficiently, that means fewer defensive possessions or fewer possessions for their opponent, which right off the bat is going to drop the amount of scoring per game, or at least scoring opportunities than you presume scoring per game. Then if the Suns have a better shooting percentage, then boom, that can rise them up. They can drop down. They could be, and again, if they even allow 107 points per game, and I'm going to guess down to like 105, 106. But even if they allow 107 points per game, that is a 6 point per game drop from last year. And then if the Suns then average 110, I don't know if they're going to be able to average 110, but let's say they average 105. We're having a lot closer games. I'm not expecting blowouts. So is this the official team we start with on the start of the season? Well, no, because A, don't have Booker back, and B, I believe they still have to waive somebody. Somebody still has to leave the roster, and then they've got the option for another two-way player. So there's some movement. And then you never know. You never know if they finally pull that Damian Lillard trade. Like, hey, we only won by 8 tonight against Sacramento. Let's trade for Damian Lillard. I don't know. We're 30 minutes in. Please heart, please like, please retweet. I'll be going for another 27 minutes to start about 2 minutes late because I actually forgot to put this bad boy up, and I was like, oh crap, nobody wants to see my window. So I put that up, and so I'm going to stop in about 26 minutes at 7 o'clock so we can all go find our streams. I'm going to see if I can pull it up on my PlayStation and watch it. We need to trim the roster by 2. Yeah, I believe we do. I believe somebody has to get cut, and then somebody becomes a two-way player. And I believe that two-way player is going to either be Melton. Well, I believe it's going to be Melton. Let's see. Is Melton already a two-way player? I gotta remember. Off the top of my head, I'm drawing a blank. I'd rather trade for Diaw. Wait, D-Lo. You'd rather trade for D-Lo? So yeah, a lot of people. Some of the writers are saying it can't all be cut. Boy, well then really your backup. Yeah, George King is the two-way. Okay, so I do think that it'll be Melton that is the two-way, the other two-way. But if you're cutting Isaiah Cannon, that means you do not have a veteran point guard. Cannon has at least started one game in the playoffs, so it's like he's got veteran experience. He was on the roster last year. If the Suns can't cut Cannon, then you're really running Devin Booker as your point because you're not starting Shaq Harrison. I love the kid, but you're not starting him. And then Shaq becomes your backup. I love Cannon. I love Cannon. I love Shaq. I love all those guys. So that's the thing. I don't know. Maybe Cannon is the guy that gets cut. I mean, it does seem logical. I don't like that from a depth perspective. You're going to need depth, and you're going to need veteran depth. And now you're going to have, if you cut Cannon, you're going to have Shaq, who played 30 games last year and is entering his second season. And someone's basically still just a rookie. And then two rookies in Okobo and Melton. So at that point, then, as has been said, and has been, not prophesized, but kind of discussed many times over the summer, maybe Josh Jackson then. Yeah, Darrell Arthur will be cut or trade, and that's just the thing. Anybody but Mike James. They've got. Well, okay, that's right. Wait. No, I might be thinking that they then have to move two guys. I'll give Okobo the gig and Shaq off the bench. I'll see. I don't think Okobo is I don't think overall Okobo is going to be as good as people want him to be or hope he can be, but I also don't think that you start him anyway. Remember, he was the 31st overall pick for a reason, and it's the same with DeAnthony Melton. Some people said, he could have been lottery. Well, he was drafted 46, and the Suns chose Okobo over him. So just cut Cannon and make Shaq a two-way and trade for a point guard. Well, okay, easier said than done, but I don't disagree. And give Okobo, bring back Goran, Melton. Okay, so let me see. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so they have 18. And I believe they can carry 15 with two-ways. So that means... so that means George King is the two-way. Darrell Arthur will go. So that's 2. So that brings it down to 17... 16, yeah, so maybe Cannon and Arthur have to go, so then that gets you down to full 16. And then what? So that's the thing. I think there's another move coming. I don't know what it is. I think there has to be, because, again, they have 18. Am I incorrect that you can carry... I know you can only carry two-ways, but then I think you can only carry 15 max. I don't think... three-way trade, Wolves, Suns, Heat, and we get Goran. D'Lo is the most logical pickup or point guard to trade for because of his relationship with Booker. But the thing about it is that the Nets don't want to trade him, and the Nets, or at least they have stated that they want him to be their guy, but who knows? Yeah, why else would they keep Arthur if not to trade? Well, that's part of it. You got to, you would keep him as part of that, contract filler. But so I mean, I don't know. I think another move has to come because I don't know if you're going to just cut 3 guys. Maybe I don't know. maybe restructure Ryan Anderson or something. But yeah, Jeff Teague. What about Jeff? Oh no, don't get me wrong. I mean, okay, but it's all part of the trade. Like, then who are you trading for? Oh, well, okay. Actually, you know what I said? I misspoke. I didn't misspeak, but I mean, I said Ryan Anderson, but I guess Tyson Chandler is kind of the presumed. You trade him in a package, and then you let Rashawn Holmes be DeAndre Ayton's backup. Booker can recruit D'Lo in free agency. If the Nets get Butler, they'll want Irving too. Well, think about, okay, Booker can recruit. Booker won't need to recruit. I mean, if D'Lo wants to play with him, he's going to know already. I know I did misspeak. I mean, I was thinking of Tyson Chandler. That was my thing was restructuring in terms of a buyout was what I meant. But you could trade Tyson Chandler. That could be it. My thing though is that you with D'Angelo Russell, there won't need to be recruiting because Booker. What's going on? Because he and Booker are already so close, so it's, there's not going to be a necessity for recruiting. The thing about it, though, is he won't be an unrestricted free agent. He'll still be a restricted free agent. So if the Suns offer anything, then the Nets can match. And if the Suns have to overpay to get him just to prevent the Nets from matching, well, then are you hurting yourself down the line? And I will stand by until the league shifts in a different direction. You're not building around a point guard. So if you have to overpay for a point guard, go find a cheaper point guard. And the truth of the matter is I think I might want Dinwiddie anyway over D'Lo because he's going to be less expensive, but still offensively, competent. He'll be too expensive. He's less than Kemba as a player. I'm not a fan of Kemba, so if he is, then that's, I totally would agree. Sign and trade again. Yeah, you can sign and trade if you're talking about D'Angelo Lopez, but that's not until next season, until next offseason. Is Devin Booker a future NBA Finals MVP for the Suns? I sure hope so. I mean, it's hard to say that because obviously Connie Hawkins couldn't do it, Paul Westphal couldn't do it, Charles Barkley couldn't do it, Steve Nash couldn't do it, but did you see that Tyler Lewis is with the Warriors? I did. I just played 2K for 19 for the first time. Booker's starting point guard in the lineup. LOL thoughts. I downloaded it first night. My thoughts are that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. You're not going to start Isaiah Cannon. You're not going to start Shaq Harrison. You're going to start Devin Booker because you want your best five out there. But D'Lo will definitely re-sign him. He would re-sign an extension, but you got to be able to get him here in the first place. And again, as a restricted free agent, the Nets will have the opportunity to match. And if you have to overpay to get him to match, now that hurts you in terms of depth elsewhere. So yeah, of course he'd re-sign. But the other thing is that after this season is still another 4 seasons away if he were to sign a full, 4-year max as a restricted free agent. If he signed a 5-year max, or at least a 5-year extension, I shouldn't say max in particular, but if he were to sign a 4 or 5-year deal, then he'd be here for another 5 to 6 years if they weren't able to get him before the start of the season. So I'm not too worried about him in the future because he's still so young. I hope Davin Reed has a good game. I hope Davin Reed has a killer preseason. I want to see Davin Reed shooting threes. I want to see him be and draining them. I want to see him be that two-way player that we thought we were getting with him last year. Think about it. They drafted two-way players last year, Josh Jackson and Davin Reed. We didn't see it from either of them. We didn't see the offense from either, and the defense from both was suspect as well. So now you add Mikal Bridges, and if all three of them can actually become those two-way players, those two-way players that we thought, that now we're talking. We've got a good core. Not that they don't already, but that's a really good core. He plays no defense. D'Lo does not play defense. I would love to see Davin Reed be a poor man's D Wade. You know what? I would love to see Davin Reed be successful. I don't necessarily want to put a label on him just because, being a second-round pick, I just don't have high hopes. I get your point, though, and that would be fantastic if he was a two-way player. If he could average, I'll tell you what, I would take a Raja Bell. I would take a Raja Bell. 3-pointers in defense. Just give him 3-pointers in defense from the shooting guard position because he's not going to play small forward. So put him at shooting guard and boom. Yeah, I would love to see him be a poor man's Davin Reed, D Wade. But so to that point, I would say Raja Bell would be my poor man's D Wade. In this era, that's who I would say. The difference being is that Raja. Now, okay, I can't even say that because Raja wasn't that offensive guy. He was just a 3-point shooter. So that's what I want. I want to see him as Raja Bell. Seeing Josh Jackson warm up right now, shooting threes, his shot looks so much more fluid. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Where are you watching are you at the stadium? At the arena? Or are you able to watch him practice? We are 40 minutes in, so please heart, please like, please retweet. We are going to be going until 7 o'clock. I'm going to cut us off at 7 to OT because we've got some basketball to watch. We finally have a game. I'm stoked. That was weird. I won't say that again. I'm sorry. I mean, I might say stoked, but I'm not going to say it like that. Yes, right now, what you're in the arena? That's so sick. One of these days, I got to stream from the arena. That would be so cool. We're going to watch Phoenix Suns. If you're local, suns.com/now. If you're not, I'm being told Reddit. Does Anderson have a chance of starting the season? I'll tell you what, because he's starting tonight, I'm going to have to say yes. I would not have thought that. But I do think that the lineup changes when Devin Booker comes back, so we'll see. Do you know how I can watch the game from Dallas? Again, I've been told Reddit. I'm not a Reddit, aficionado, but I would guess Reddit. Otherwise, I would just Google. I have found streams. I have not missed a preseason game in 3 or 4 years because there's always a stream. It's all about Googling and getting through pop-ups. So, yep, I can't wait. It's a good crowd. Awesome. That is so cool. If you send a pic, if you want to take a selfie from the arena and tag at Valley of the Suns, I'll retweet it for you. Anybody, if anybody's ever at the arena and you take a selfie in the arena, I'll retweet it. Do you have to pay? For what? I don't pay for anything when I stream preseason. Do you think the Suns can pull off a 51 season? I mean, no. I would say no. If they did, that meant that they traded very, very early for, a star. That means early on in the season, and they had the whole year to work together. Save for Lillard, yeah. If they were able to trade for Lillard, which who knows if he's even available at the moment at all. Like if Ryan McDonough called and said, "Hey, I want to talk about Lillard," is he hung up on immediately, or is there a conversation? So I don't know if there's that conversation or if there's hung up. But if they trade for a star like a Damian Lillard, where it's like, hey, now we've got 3 stars potentially, depending on who's traded on this roster with that star, Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, then yeah, I could see 50 games being possible. But think about this: Portland didn't win 50 last year, and they were 3rd. So Lillard doesn't fit the timeline. D'Lo does. Well, at this point, the timeline is dead. Think about it. They've got Ryan Anderson and Trevor Ariza on the starting lineup. So at this point, it's about getting stars. And Lillard is not that much older than the core. What is he, 27, 28? Or is he as old as 29 now? I'm surprised the Suns don't go after Jimmy Butler. I wouldn't go after him. And again, he's not a restricted free agent, so you don't want to give anything up for him. Anyway, Trevor was so crazy someone could announce something at any time to watch out for Lillard. I wish they would. Okay, so he's 28, so he'll be 28 this whole season. That's 6 years. Now, granted, I'll say this, and I think I do subscribe to this for the most part. JJ, Bridges, Booker, and Ayton, just one more. Yeah, exactly. Well, but again, if you're trading, I stand by that. If the Suns trade for a star, Josh Jackson is in that trade back. That's just my presumption. If they could do it without trading JJ, if you had a starting lineup of, say, Damian Lillard, Devin Booker, Josh Jackson, and Ayton, that would be huge. Suns have a good defensive starting lineup tonight. Well, they've got a good shooting lineup. And that's the thing. That's kind of the key. It's being able to handle both sides of the ball. You got to give me a lot of threes and got to make some stops. And those were the 2 biggest issues they had last year. Probably they were the 2 most glaring issues they had last year. No more tanking. Time to get the win. Time to get some wins. I totally agree. Oh, so to the Lillard point in terms of the timeline. So there is the philosophy that you don't bring in a star and add them to a core of young stars that are 4 years apart. So Devin Booker is 21. Ayton is 20 now, I believe. And now you bring in Damian Lillard, who's 28. So now that's a 7 and 8 year difference. And I guess that even within those 8 years, there's a generational gap that can cause friction, cause problems. And that's part of what happened with Jimmy Butler in Minnesota. That said, if so from that perspective, I say, okay, if that older star is a total egotistical, just a-hole, I'll just put it that way, then yeah, I could see that not working. But, and I don't know about Damian Lillard behind the scenes, but it worked out for Steve Nash. I mean, Steve Nash was significantly older than, at least Amari Stoudemire, but, a bit older than Shawn Marion as well. If your new star is not so egotistical and is totally team oriented, I don't see why that couldn't work. Yeah, 8 years, that is a gap. But that's also, you know, these are still supposed to be professionals. And Damian Lillard, having been now a 6-year veteran, you'd hope that he's really just kind of grown to be more and more professional and mature. I don't know why I said mature. And so therefore, I could see that working a la Steve Nash in 2004. Suns.com/now. That's what I saw. That's definitely where I'm going to start. Best year of my life, other than now with my kid. Oh, yeah. Whether Steve Nash was our point guard. Best years of my life, other than now with my kid, was the 92 through 96 Suns, for sure. What type of offense do we expect? I'm expecting a lot of movement. If you think about it, we have some legit snipers on this team now. Yes, we do. Excited to watch Ayton, obviously, but want to see how Melton and Okobo run the point. Agreed. Kemba Walker is a possibility. I hope not. Also true story. Thank you very much. Jay, don't know what that is. How many minutes are you expecting Ayton to play? I'm going to guess someone really plays over 20 minutes. I was actually just reading, we're on the same age. I just loved. Oh, okay. I just loved that. So I turned 9 in the 92-93 season, and that was my first year watching basketball. And so that's like those are of my formative sporting years. That was perfect. To just walk into Charles Barkley, to walk into the finals, or into a situation where the Suns were that great in the finals. Oh, yeah. First big heartbreak so early. No, my first big heartbreak was Chelsea. That was like kindergarten. I predict Melton will be our best point guard. I hope you're right. I just don't think so. Okobo future. I don't think Okobo or Melton are around for the long term. I just don't. They're second rounders. I just don't have much hope. Hey, you know what? Obviously, I hope I'm wrong. I want them to succeed because they're on the Phoenix Suns. 10 more minutes, baby. Yes, sir. 10 more minutes. I want them to succeed because they're on the Suns. That's it. It's the same with Marquise Chris. I wanted Marquise Chris to succeed. I wanted Markieff Morris to succeed. I wanted everybody I've ever hated on this roster to succeed because they wear Phoenix across their chest. That said, I just don't have high hopes. They were second-round picks. If they were that great, they wouldn't have been picked in the second round. And D'Anthony Melton in particular, the Suns passed on. They could have taken Melton at 31, and then they traded for him. So I don't know. I started in the same years because everybody was an MJ fan, and why not be different? So I still am. I am an MJ fan. I loved him back then, and I love him now. I was only 4 years old when the '93 Suns were around. Yeah, so I just turned 9. I turned 9 a week after the season started. Dragic was a second rounder also. Yes, he was, and so was Kings not starting Bagley. I haven't seen that. I don't unless you guys update me or I happen to pull up my phone. I don't see it while I'm in the show. So if you guys see something, let me know. I'll say my DeAndre predictions like 10, 12 points and 4 or 5 boards. I'm just going to say he takes it easy. And also, if I recall correctly, Leandro Barbosa was also a second rounder, and so was Manu Ginobili, and for what it's worth, so is Nickeil Knight. So there's been some decent to not Hall of Fame, great second rounders, but I just don't hold out hope. Those guys are rare. I just hope they do. Tom Chambers was at the Cardinals game. He said he loves the new head coach. That's awesome. That's great to hear. Draft Express on YouTube. Adam breaks down every drafted player. I'll break down anything and anybody. How confident are you about the Suns heading the NBA Finals? As a 9-year-old? Okay. Not only was I so confident, I will share my childish ignorance. I started collecting basketball cards that year. My aunt worked for the Suns. My great-grandmother actually bought me my very first pack of basketball cards, and I actually still have them. I don't have the wrapper anymore, but I still have those cards. And my aunt was working for the Suns at the time and brought me to a whole bunch of games. I was at a ton of games. Go Suns, see you later, brother. I'm getting off in 8 minutes. And here's how ignorant I was to the world. Because I loved the Suns so much, and again, trust me, I was confident the Suns were winning this title. I thought I had over $1 million, and that's not an exaggerative number. I thought I had over $1 million. It's interesting that Bag's not starting. What if it means he's not playing? In cards. I thought, oh, well, this Barkley is definitely worth, $10,000, and this Dan Marley is worth at least $2,000 or $3,000, and this KJ, look, this one's a neat one. That one's $12,000. blah, 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 blah. And I just added up. I'm like, I have over $1 million of cards. I can't tell you. I still remember this feeling. How like heartbroken I was when I got my first Beckett. And I go down the list. I'm like, wow, $3, $2, $1, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, where's that Marley card? And I go, and I see, what are they called? Common. And I see common card, 5 cents. And I'm like, this is worth a nickel. And my expected value in my cards went from $1 million to like this. I'm like, oh, I'm never selling anything. Have you seen how much Beckett costs to have an online account? I haven't looked at a Beckett in forever because I decided, and I'm talking by forever, I mean like 20 years. I decided long ago, I'm like, I'm never going to sell my cards. Like once I realized that they had no value, the value is entirely intrinsic. I decided I'm going to just keep them forever. And so I have 10,000 plus cards. I mean, easy, which some people might have a lot more. And I know people personally probably have comparable numbers, but I have 10,000 plus, and I will never get rid of a single one. They will pass down to my boy, and I hope they get passed down to his. And maybe in 100 years, they're still around, and then they're valuable on some level. Thoughts on Eddie Johnston? I love Eddie. He's my favorite color commentator. I love Eddie Johnson. I'm not going to lie to you, and I would say this I would never be rude to Eddie, but I would say this to his face. I did not like him when they hired him. I did not like him at all. He was just difficult to listen to. He didn't have a flow in it, but it took a couple of years, and he's just improved, and I freaking love him. Like he said last year, and I tweeted it out. He said last year on an NBA radio he's going to retire soon. I hope not. Like I hope he just goes, screw it. I'll do this for the next 20 years. I love him. Best Suns rookie card to own. I mean, if you could find a Connie Hawkins from 69. I don't know if those exist, but I'm sure an old Connie Hawkins would be most valuable. Best rookie. I'm sure having like a rookie, the older, if you can get a rookie card from the 70s, those are going to be your most valuable, I think. A Barkley rookie of the Sixers. I mean, again, I'm sure they've got autographed Dayton with relic, yeah. But I would say if you can get any old Connie Hawkins, like an authentic, like 1969, 1970, 71, 72, those kind of things, nice. I'm sure she's just as awesome as him. I would guess that those would be your most valuable. I don't know of any individual Suns cards that are like super, super valuable. So I just know that the older the better, obviously, unless they make only 2 or 3. And I do have seen collections where they're like, we made 5 of these and mixed them up, go find them. And it's like, okay, those are going to be hyper valuable. But yeah, I hope DeAndre Ayton card is worth a lot of money because I hope DeAndre Ayton is a super duper star. I hope he is our next, again, I hope it's Shaq 2.0. Sorry, like my head, I'm getting like really stiff. I hope he's Shaq 2.0. I hope he's, in terms of Phoenix, fair. I hope he's, Barkley 2.0, Nash 2.0, what have you. But I would guess that if you could get like a Connie Hawkins, that would be your best bet. I certainly don't have any that old. I want to say my oldest card from the mid 80s, maybe. I've got a couple like that were common cards from the 70s. Not many, but I mean literally a couple. I could probably count them on one finger if I go look. But Ayton is the next Hakeem. I will take Hakeem. I will take Shaq. I will take David Robinson. You name Hall of Fame center. Put him on the Phoenix Suns. Booker is the next Kobe. Josh Jackson's the next Clyde Drexler. There we go. I can't wait till we face the Sixers. I can't wait till we face the Jazz. I can't wait till we face the Celtics. I can't wait till we face the Lakers. I can't wait till we face Toronto. I can't wait till we face San Antonio. Now I think San Antonio is definitely going to be beatable. I am not high on that roster at all. So I'm excited for a lot of matchups. I'm excited to sweep Orlando. I'm excited to, I want to sweep the Clippers. I want to sweep the Clippers. Get some good divisional wins. I want to win a game against both LA and the Lakers and the Warriors. I've got a lot of, and I wrote about that a while back. That's like the beat the Warriors is at the end of the season. The Warriors have already got their feet up, and the Suns are still just playing wicked hard. Sixers January 2nd. Is that the home game? I feel like they played one more, but I don't remember. Let's go Suns, brother. I'll get off in 90 seconds. If we got someone rapid fire or anything, go ahead. Can't believe people actually think Mitchell and Tatum are better than Booker. Yeah, hell no. Come on. They're going to be great. I'll grant that, but no. I would still take Booker over both. Certainly Tatum. I mean, Tatum. People were saying last year, and I'll stand. If Tatum were on the Suns shouldn't have pressed for Josh Jackson. You put Tatum on the Suns, he probably has just as bad a year as Josh Jackson does. You put Josh Jackson on the Celtics, he probably has a much better year. So it's not comparable. Ayton bobblehead is that night? Oh, really? I hope the bobblehead is Ayton dunking on who might oh fudge! You guys are gonna say it in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I can't. Why am I drawing a bloody blank? I'm so tired. No, not Karl Anthony Towns. Philadelphia. He drew the picture of Embiid, Joel Embiid. Sorry, there we go. Yeah. I hope that's his bobblehead is him dunking on Joel Embiid. All right. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here right now. We got a Suns game. Check out Twitter. I'm gonna be live tweeting throughout. Again, if you are at the game and you send me a picture, it says live stream spot, Reddit. Start Googling in Reddit. I'm sure you'll find it. If you are at the game, Suns are not on TV. They're on NBA.com or Suns.com/now. If you're at the game, send me a selfie. Always send me a selfie from the game. Tag me in it so I see it. At Valley Suns, and then I will retweet it. I love to retweet those pictures, you guys. Love to see that. So, thank you very much. We got a game in like 10 minutes. I hope it's not blocked for me. I do. Why are you wearing sunglasses inside? It's an old bit, but I've decided to stick with it. It's a bit. Stream is blocked for me too. Okay, so Reddit. Go to Reddit and again, Google search. I have not missed a preseason game in the last 3 or 4 years. Not one, because I've Google search. You'll find it. You got to fight through some stuff. A lot of people are saying use a VPN. You got to fight through some ads. Just be careful about what. Don't download anything. I've never had to download anything, but you can find those streams somewhere. The internet has everything. So I gotta run. I gotta go get a 4-year-old boy, make some dinner with the game on, and I will be live tweeting you here in a few minutes. Let's go Suns. See you in a week. Peace.